Hi, so we are looking at verbal preparation plan starting from the month of May. So assuming that you're preparing for the verbal section, then this is what your plan should be. So let's try to understand the paper pattern or the verbal section in the CAT exam. So if you look at CAT RCs, there are 24 out of 34 questions, which is like most of the questions in the CAT examinations are based on RCs. So apart from that, 6 more questions, the para summary and the odd one out, also directly linked with reading. So if you read a lot, you'll automatically be good at these particular areas. 4 more questions, para jumbles. Reading does help to solve para jumbles as well. So almost the entire paper is based on reading. So if you can focus on reading, it will help. As a matter of fact, if you're only focusing on CAT and nothing else, and if you only read till the examination, you'll still be able to get good marks as far as the CAT is concerned. So for CAT, reading becomes the most important part of your preparation. So as long as you read regularly, I don't see a problem you require to do anything else for the exam. But yes, if you're looking at the other exams like the SNAP, the NMAT, etc., then grammar and vocabulary also plays a part. And then we need to look at that particular areas also. So when you're planning for the whole verbal section, we'll also look at the grammar and vocabulary and look at how to work on those. Right, so let's start. So you can study vocabulary basically from word list. I mean, there is GRE word list, etc., which you can look at it, or from books like Word Power Made Easy by Norman Lewis. So that is what. So every day, if you spend a little time on vocabulary, I think that should work on. You need not have a schedule for vocabulary, but spend little time on vocabulary. Advisable not to mix vocabulary with reading. So when you read, don't go to vocabulary words in between. You can, after you finish reading, you can look at for words in a dictionary on what you have read. But while reading, avoid doing that. It will create a break in your reading. Ideally, in the examination, you should be able to understand the meaning of the words with the context of the passage. And over a period of time, you will realize, as and when you go ahead, you will be able to do it. So let's start with a daily plan. What you need to do. Depending on the time that is available and your strengths, you are recommended to spend at least 30 minutes to maximum 2 hours on reading. If you have enough time, spend more time on reading. If you're weak in verbal, spend more time on reading. And vice versa. So if you have less time to prepare because you're working, then spend less time on reading, 30 minutes minimum. If you feel you're strong in verbal, again, you can spend less time. Vocabulary, especially if you're looking at other exams, yes, do spend 20 minutes maybe on vocabulary. You can spend 20 minutes at a stretch, or maybe 5 minutes for stages of vocabulary. Normally in vocabulary, you can't mug up words. It doesn't recollect in your mind. But you would keep on doing the same word on a regular intervals, your retention of the word is better. And try to use the vocabulary in your daily language. So maybe you can break this 20 minutes to 5 minutes 4 times a day. That should suffice as far as vocabulary is concerned. Repeating the same kind of words will help you to remember those words. Verbal exercises, again, maybe for CAT may not be important, but for the other exams, 0 to 30 minutes of verbal exercises what you can do for your daily plan. Now reading. So as I said, one of the most important aspects for any verbal exam is reading. So if you read CAT or be it any other exam like NMAT, SNAP, SAT, etc., reading becomes the most important part. So first thing is, I normally recommend people to read what you like, because you have to create a habit of reading. If you don't like reading, it'll be very difficult for you to improve verbal. So start reading what you like. If you're not sure because you've not been reading, then pick up different genres of book, like maybe fiction, non-fiction, thriller, whatever you feel, and find what you enjoy, and then start reading that. So start with simple books. Children's book is also fine. I do read children's book on and off. Enid Blyton, Roald Dahl, etc. Good books to read. So you can take those books and read just to start with your reading, and then go on with your slightly bigger books. Over a period of time, apart from reading, you can include editorials of newspapers and articles on the internet. Okay, looking at articles, when I go back, when I say read what you like, it need not be only novels. It can be something that you like. For example, you're passionate about sports and you want to read about sports. Perfectly already you can read about it. Or anything that you like, articles or some magazine articles. So I'm IT buff, and I want to read more about IT stuff. Pick up magazines and read about IT. There's no harm in doing that. about devices, about different aspects. So read what you like is more important. It is not necessary it has to be novels. Okay. Apart from that, you start reading editorials of newspapers and articles from the internet to diversify your reading. I'll come to a proper schedule of reading that is there. But this is what is recommended as far as reading is concerned. As I said in the earlier 30 minutes to 2 hours of reading every day is what is recommended. So in May, suppose you're spending 1.5 hours. I just taken 1.5 hours as a benchmark. If you're starting from May, you can spend most of your time reading what you like. As I said, it could be anything: newspaper articles, sports, some columns, some articles from any editorials or news, and maybe 15 minutes of reading editorial. Maybe take a couple of articles or on editorial page, that is Hindu newspaper or anything else, and start reading editorials. That should help your reading habit. This you can do in a month of. As when you go for June and July, maybe you can start reading more of editorials and other articles. Okay, that is what is recommended. So as and when you go ahead towards the examination, little more of other topics to diversify reading. So 1 hour of what you like reading, ensure that you love reading. I mean, when I come close to exam, I do read Harry Potter, etc., which I love reading. So do read what you like, but also diversify into other articles. Now, what are the other articles that you can read? So maybe when in June, July, when you read other articles, you can make a schedule. Maybe on Monday, you'll read politics, Tuesday, history, Wednesday, psychology, Thursday, business economics, Friday, philosophy, Saturday, science, Sunday, arts. Now you can vary this based on, suppose you're a science student, you feel you're comfortable with science. So you need not read science. Maybe you can read philosophy twice a week. Or you feel that you would want to read business more. Maybe you can spend 2 days a week on business and maybe something else less on some other day. But it's a broad guidelines and what you can read in terms of topics. You will have a lot of articles in aldaily.com if you can go out there. Good source of articles from various places, and then many other sources of articles online. Pick up and start reading. That's what is important. So by May end, you would have a habit of reading. By June, July, then you can start reading on diversified topics to help your creative base. Now coming to grammar. So we finished reading part. Now coming to grammar. Grammar is the least important of the 3 main areas. Reading, vocabulary, grammar. Grammar becomes least important purely because when you read a lot, grammar is taken care of. So you actually don't have to do much for grammar. But still, there are grammar books and there are grammar exercises. So let's spend 1 month on grammar. So please look at completing the syllabus of grammar in the May 1 month's time. Just brushing up. The focus during this time should be to solve exercise as far as possible. Solve more exercises just to get a hang of it. So how can you do grammar? Right? I said 25 days of preparation. There are 30 days, right? 31 days and 5 to 6 days of revision. So that's what I've broken up the whole schedule to. So this is 25 days of preparation what you'll do and maybe 6 days of slight revision which goes. So I've focused more on types of errors that comes in the end. Maybe you can get 2 days of nouns, 1 day of pronoun, 2 days of verbs, tenses, etc. Spend maybe just solving exercises and a little bit of theory. No point going too much in detail in theory because a lot of exceptions which creates confusion. Normally your grammar should improve with reading. Okay, the exercises will help you to reinforce those things. So these are the general plan with regards to solving grammar exercises as far as possible. So understand this and try to follow this. So once you finish grammar in the month of May, then maybe you can focus on verbal ability for exam for CAT maybe. So that means verbal ability in CAT is 3 basic topics. Parajumble, parasummary, odd man out. So maybe 15 days per topic is what you can spend on verbal ability. Recommend. Again here focus on solving exercises, getting a hang of it, because by the time you come to June you must have read already, you must have got a hang of reading and that becomes the base to solve verbal ability. That is also one reason why you start verbal ability a little late, because once you have a habit of reading, verbal ability becomes slightly easier to solve. So ideally you have parajumbles, odd man out, parasummary. It is recommended that you first solve parajumble and then solve odd man out, because the techniques that you use in parajumbles will be used in odd man out. So that's the order maybe you can use. Start with parajumbles, then you do odd man out, and maybe last parasummary, because your reading will help in parasummary. So by the time you come in the month of July, you will be comfortable with your reading, and then parasummary could be easier in that case. So parajumbles first, before the odd man out. As I said, the techniques of parajumbles will be used for odd man out, and then parasummary. So this will give you a fair idea of the schedule that you can follow as far as the exam is concerned. We looked at reading, we looked at grammar, we looked at verbal ability. For vocabulary, as I said, just spend some little time every day on vocabulary 4 times a day, and I think that should suffice with your preparation. I hope this is clear with regards to your verbal as such for the exam, but understand this before I leave. I re-emphasize the fact that reading becomes the most important part to ensure that you read. Also, it's advisable that you can write a small summary of what you read. It helps you over a period of time. So if you have read an article, write a small summary of it. If you read a book, write a small summary of it. At least the summaries may help you maybe in your interview time. It also helps to build on your English, both grammar as well as general language for your examinations. I hope this video helps. Thank you.